The name of this workshop is the scope and opportunities in electric vehicles. The thing is that from last 2 years, I'll try to teach the electric vehicle concepts to the engineering students as a curriculum subject. But the problem is that if you are trying to learn about the new thing, then it may possible that you have to convert this into the job oriented work. So how should we say if you learned about the electrical machines, no matter it is AC or DC, no matter it is motor or generator, when you are working in a core sector, then this knowledge is being utilized. When you are studying about the high voltage, the switchgear and protection, so this kind of subject, when you are trying to learn, when you are studying this particular subject, then you may able to apply these subjects into the core field if you placed in this particular sector. It does not matter that you are working in a government company or in a public or in a private company. It does not matter. But the matter of fact is, if you know about this, if you are aware about this, at least you know that if I refer this thing, so you may able to understand and then apply this particular knowledge. So we have started this course as a professional elective, the electric vehicles. One batch passed out. You are the next or second batch. What I try to say is that if you try to learn something, you must have to apply. Otherwise, this knowledge is not utilized. Is always be there. So my point of discussion is the knowledge which you may able to gain after the completion of this course, that is electric vehicle. During your semester pattern course, you must have to apply somewhere else. So today's topic, that is scope and opportunity in electric vehicle, I'll try to introduce a platform where you may able to apply this knowledge. So please stay with me for an hour. Now please tell me, is the screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So the topic of today's discussion is scope and career opportunities in electric vehicle sector. To begin with electric vehicle, we must have to understand about the components of electric vehicle. So mostly the components of electric vehicle is segregated into these 5 parts. I may consider this as 5 main parts. So if you're talking about electric vehicle, the IC engine or SI engine, the internal combustion or the spark ignition engine, both the engines will replace with the electric motor. So the propulsion, or I must say the motion of your electric vehicle, is depend upon the speed at which your electric motor will rotate. So this electric motor is categorized into 4 or 5 types, such as DC motor, then the switch reluctance motor, the 3-phase induction motor, the permanent magnet synchronous motor, and last but not least, the brushless DC motor. So these are the 5 types of, or I must say 5 kinds of electric motor which are used as a drive for your electric vehicle. So the motion of your electric vehicle depends upon the speed at which the rotor of this particular motor, either out of these 5, only one can utilize. So the motion or the rotation or the speed of electric motor is depend upon the rotor speed. Then there will be reducer. Say if your vehicle is running on an inclined plane, if you are there and if you want to left your vehicle from downward to upward position, if you want to go over there, so in an inclined plane, it is required that you must have to reduce your gears. So if the gears are manual, then we are going to reduce our gear so that the motion, the lifting motion can be easily done. But in case of electric vehicle, problem is that there is no manual gears are present. So because there are no manual gears, so it is required that somebody has to take care about the speed. So on the basis of speed at which your vehicle is running, it is required that somebody is there who will try to reduce the gears, because without gear your vehicle cannot move. So there are gears, but manual gear is not there. In this particular segment, that is electric vehicle segment, we have gear shifting arrangement. That is, there are 3 positions only. One is neutral, which is at center portion. Another one is gear. So when you shift your gear manually from neutral to gear, then on the basis of speed at which your vehicle is moving, the gears is being adjusted at the background. On the front line, there are no actual gears which are present, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Likewise, no gears are there. And the next position, that is third position of your lever, is reverse. So there are 3 positions. One is neutral, another one is gear, and last one is the third number, and last one is reverse. So this particular arrangement is known as automatic manual transmission, that is AMT unit. So the reducer reduces the speed so that motion can be smoothly done. So this is the purpose of reducer. Then there is battery, which is considered as the heart of this particular electric vehicle. Because if you want to run the motor, then the electrical energy being supplied by the battery. So battery is the energy source from which the electrical energy is available, and which is then transferred from battery to the motor with required voltage. It does not matter that whether it is AC or DC. If it is AC, then this DC battery, with the help of inverter, we are going to convert this DC into AC. If the motor is DC, then the DC energy is directly converted, directly being utilized. But the problem is that the level, the voltage value is not up to rated value. Then we must have to use the DC to DC converter. If we have 50 volts battery, because we want to take care about the current as well as voltage, so battery rating is in ampere hour. Battery rating is always rated at ampere hour. So we have to take care about the battery voltage as well as the battery current. To do this particular task, if our motor is AC, then we have to convert this into from DC to AC with required AC voltage and frequency. And current is decided by the load. So it is the load who will decide the current, so that the battery can manage the reactive power. So this particular thing can be managed with the help of capacitors, with the help of power electronic devices present in the inverter. Now when the motor is DC, then you need DC to DC converter so that it will enhance the voltage level up to the rated value. Say 220 volt, from 50 to 220 volt, it may enhance the voltage, which is considered as the required voltage and current at which your motor can run. Then next portion is onboard charger. The meaning of onboard charger means when you arrived at a charging station, you just need to pull the charger, and you just need to plug in the plugging point. The moment when you plug it in a plugging point which is present in the vehicle, your battery will directly in a charging mode. So it is known as onboard. When you arrived, charging can be possible. Wireless charging is not there, means we are not talking about the wireless charging. Wireless charging is another good concept. It is present but not in India. It is in R&D mode right now. Okay. Then the last portion is electric power control unit. So it has three components. Let us discuss one by one. Talking about the motor. So motor, in case of motor, the cycles with the power generated from electricity simultaneously moving the wheels. It is the rotor to which the rotor is rotated. So the vehicle motion, vehicle speed can be depend upon the rotor shaft, rotor of a motor. So this particular shaft is rotated at say 750 RPM. So your vehicle speed is also 750. Here, when I try to say about this, then I need to omit all the mechanical and electrical losses, all the losses associated with friction losses. I'll just omit it theoretically, but practically the speed at which your motor can rotate, your wheels cannot be rotated at the same speed because there are a number of components which are involved. So there are two kinds of vehicle. One is front wheel drive vehicle, another one is rear wheel drive vehicle. In case of front wheel drive, you don't need to have the drive shaft. The arrangement is like the energy is available in the battery. Battery is connected to motor. From the motor, the differential shaft is connected. To the differential shaft, two half shafts are connected. And these two half shafts are connected to the wheels. So the speed at which your motor rotate, differential can rotate with the same speed, and the two half shafts can also rotate at the same speed. Also, the wheels can also be rotated at the same speed. But because of friction present, the speed is different. The motor rotor speed is different, and the wheels, the speed at which your wheels are rotating is different. Another arrangement is a rear wheel drive arrangement. That means the main drive is available at the back wheels. So there you need extra arrangement. Along with this arrangement, you need extra arrangement known as a drive shaft. So drive shafts are the shafts which are connected directly. It is a mechanical link between the two half shafts and the motor shaft. So these are the two arrangements. So here the motor rotor is rotating at a particular speed so that your drive shaft is rotating at that particular speed, and hence the mechanical energy is transferred from motor shaft to the drive shaft to the half shaft and to the wheels. So the differential is not involved over here. Then there will be a reducer. Reducer reduces the motor's RPM to generate an appropriate level of force when you are riding your vehicle on an inclined plane. So the appropriate torque, appropriate force can be developed. It will help with the help of these reducer. Then there is battery which can stores the electrical energy, to which we can retrieve the stored electrical energy whenever we require it. There is onboard charger which converts alternating current into a direct current. Why we are converting this? Because readily available energy is in the form of AC. But the charging can be easily possible. That less time is required when the available energy is DC, because you are charging from DC to DC. But if you try to charge from AC to DC, then you require more time. It does not mean that if you connect AC to the DC battery, then your battery cannot charge. No, the battery may be able to charge, but the problem is that the time required is more compared with DC. But if you have the AC to DC converter, then by maintaining voltage and current, you may easily convert the AC voltage into DC, and from that DC voltage, you may able to charge the battery easily. This kind of arrangement is there, known as battery management system. This battery management system enables the user to analyze the battery health. The meaning of battery health, I'll tell you what is the meaning of battery health. The meaning of battery health is that there is one term in the battery known as state of charge, known as SOC. The meaning of SOC is, it may possible that the SOC is 20%. After 20%, your vehicle gives you an indication. Similar to that, your normal vehicle, that is, which may run on the conventional fuel, that is petrol or diesel, it will give you an indication that you must have to fill the petrol. Nowadays, the vehicles which are available with a TFT monitor, 8 inch, it will clearly give you an indication that after 50 kilometers or after 20 kilometers or after 10 kilometers, you need to fill the petrol. Otherwise, what will happen? Your car or vehicle will dry. It cannot work. So this is not a Bajaj scooter like आप ऐसा नीचे करोगे और ऊपर करके गाड़ी चलाओगे. This is not like this. और कार में कोई रिजर्व ऐसा कोई कैपेसिटी मुझे नहीं लगता कि ऐसा होगी कि आप बजाज कहीं पे बंद हो गई तो आप ऐसा उसको पकड़ोगे, नीचे रुकाओगे, हाँ ठीक है, ओके पेट्रोल आ गया, सीधा करोगे फिर चलोगे गाड़ी. So this arrangement cannot be there, right? So these level sensors, these kind of sensors are there in the battery. With the help of these sensors, it will check the health of the battery. That how much battery your battery can be withstand after charging. कितना टाइम तक आपकी बैटरी विस्टैंड कर पाएगी. Maybe it is withstand for 1 hour. Maybe it may withstand for a 2 hour. Maybe it may withstand for a particular mileage. तो mileage जो है ये बताएगी energy management system. Also, the smart thing is present in the energy management system is it will reduce the harm during the overcharging. The battery management system, that is BMS, does not allow the overcharging. Never. In case of your charger, with the help of which you will charge your laptop, your mobile phones. So if your charger is of good company, automatic trip is there. Once your mobile or your laptop will charge fully, automatically the charger will tip itself. It does not allow the electrical, and does not allow to charge continuously. In earlier days, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, many mobile phones, there is one issue, that is blasting is a major issue. But nowadays, this cannot be an issue because of smart sensors. Same kind of smart sensors are available over there. So this BMS cannot allow the overcharging. So in the electric power control unit, that is EPCU, it comprises of 3 elements. One is inverter, which converts the DC from battery into an AC and supplies it to the motor. This is the basic purpose of inverter. That is, the energy storage in the battery is in the DC format. DC form, you need to convert this DC into AC with a specified voltage and the frequency. What do you mean by specified? It is the rated voltage at which your motor will run. Now, I have already told you that if there is induction motor, then the required voltage is of 3-phase voltage, that is 420, 415, 440 volts, depend upon the rating of your full load rating of your motor, rated parameters printed on the motor. So you will decide that rating, and this EPCU will take care of this magnitude of your voltage, because motor always run with the rated voltage. Current may vary depend upon the load at which it will apply on the motor. Means if your motor is running with 60% load, so your inverter will allow only 60% of the current. But to run a particular motor, you require the rated voltage. You cannot sacrifice the voltage. It is not, you are not allowed to do so, because if you try to do so, then it may possible that there is increase in heat loss. So your inverter can be sturdy in that particular sense. Your sensors can be that capable, which may able to withstand as well as which may give you the sensing properly without any misguidance. Then we require the low voltage DC to DC converter, which converts the battery high voltage into the low voltage, that is up to 12 volt. Because in the electric vehicle, we require 3 different voltage. One is around 3 to 5 volts, another one up to 12 volts, and the last one is more than 10, that is more than 12. 10 से 12 वोल्ट, आपको जो 12 वोल्ट आपको वोल्टेज लगता है, that particular voltage is required as an input to the battery. 3 to 5 volts are the sensors which are available on the dashboards. डैशबोर्ड के ऊपर जो इतने भी सेंसर आपको लगेंगे, वो सारे सेंसर का प्रॉपर इम्प्लीमेंटेशन होना चाहिए. तो दिस we require 3 to 5 volts. 12 volts is having its own application for the lights, fog lamps, headlight, these kind of thing, AC, ये सारी चीजों के लिए for this we require 12 volt. And for the motor input we require some up to 220 volts rated voltage if the motor is DC motor. So there are 3 different voltage. I am need to manage every voltage with the help of single battery volt, that is 12 volt DC. Then the third and the last one is vehicle control unit, which oversees and controls the vehicle's power control mechanism. This is the purpose of vehicle control unit. Then talking about the STEM specific. So these are the engineering branches which we are aware about. The first one is chemical engineering. So for chemical engineering, which career is better? So for the chemical engineering, you must go for the manufacturing of lithium-ion cells, battery pack development, the best suitable career in an electric vehicle field. For the computer science engineer, the best field is to develop an algorithm for battery management, BMS system, BMS, making IoT modules for sharing real-time data generated by electric vehicles. I don't know how many of you are aware, but if I want to diagnose my vehicle during running, so this particular module may help me. If I want to diagnose that what is the air pressure present in the tires during normal running, there are a number of sensors with the help of which I am able to sense the actual pressure during running. And if it is not proper, then there are certain arrangements with the help of which we may able to charge the nitrogen inside it, so that the vehicle, the tire pressure can be either with the nitrogen, either with the air. So it can be pressurized properly, so that life of the tires can be maintained and my journey can be harmless. There are also many arrangements to which if there is an air ingress is there from the outside, then there are a number of sensors which may pinpoint over there. So number of sensors are available. So computer science engineer may gather the data and upload on the web, so that just like MG, the internet inside, a tagline is there. So with the help of which you may able to diagnose your vehicle, that if there is an issue, you may quickly go and resolve this. Then mechanical engineering background, those who are from mechanical engineering background, they may focus on the vehicle and parts design and the thermal system. Talking about thermal system, if there are in wheels, the vehicle,
Sir,
yes.
सर वो एमजी में जो इंटरनेट इनसाइड बोलते तो उसके इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी कैसी होती है उसमें?
वो तो मैंने देखी नहीं है. आई एम नॉट अवेयर अबाउट दिस. अंदर उसके अंदर क्या है दैट आई डोंट नो. बट आई हैव, बिकॉज मेरे घर के रास्ते में पड़ता है तो इंटरनेट इनसाइड आई हैव नो द टैगलाइन. बट हाउ दिस वाज इम्प्लीमेंटेड दैट आई एम नॉट अवेयर अबाउट राइट नाउ. बट हाँ, डेफिनेटली मैं ढूंढ लूंगा उसको. And the mechanical engineering, talking about this thermal system, there are in-wheels. The meaning of in-wheel is that there is center portion which is present in the wheel. On that wheel, the tires are mounted. तो वो जो रिंग है, वो रिंग का जो सेंटर पोर्शन है, at that center portion, you are going to place your motor, and the electrical energy is directly supplied to that motor. So for there are four wheels. That means four motors are there, and with the help of one battery, you are charging all four wheel or four motors. Depend upon the rotation of this particular motors, there is coordination of these four motors, and with the help of this coordination, your vehicle can move. But the problem is that as the motors are placed downward, they are subjected to mud, they are subjected to dirt, they are subjected to water, they are subjected to any foreign material. So it may possible that your motor may harm. Your motor cannot work properly. So to avoid this, to avoid to increase any foreign material, the structure is designed in such a way that nothing can be entered into the chamber, the center part of the wheel. So the problem is that during normal running, what will happen? Because of copper windings are present, or because current is flowing through the motor, the heat is generated. So there is no portion to extract that heat, to liberate the heat into atmosphere. So because of this issue, the mechanical engineer is required to handle this kind of issue, so that your vehicle, the motor which is present inside the wheel, something is to be provided so that that heat can be extracted, so that motor life can be improved. Then there is electronics and communication engineering. The purpose of electronics and communication engineering is that they may able to design the power electronics in the drivetrains, the developing firmware for BMS, and the last but not least, the electrical engineering background. Those who are from electrical engineering background, they may focus on the motor technology and design and the charging technologies. Then the emerging fields in the EV sectors are hybrid vehicle design. After 5 years, I must say 5, because पुरानी चीजों को हम लोग छोड़ते नहीं है. एंड पैंडेमिक कितने, ये जो कोविड चल रहा है कितने साल तक रहेगा, डोंट नो. दैट इज व्हाई आई हैव टू कमेंट 5 years. Otherwise, hybrid electric vehicles are already there in the market. Such as if I'm talking about the most popular vehicles present in the Nagpur, yeah, available in the Nagpur are the Nexon by Tata, Nexon EV by Tata, then MG, there are two models, then Honda Electrics are there. Number of three-wheelers are present. No, I'm not talking about the Maruti. So we have the XL6 6-seater, then the Swift electric is there. Another one is also present. So these are electrical type. Hence, micro electric vehicles are there. But talking about the hybrid vehicle, the Ertiga is there. So there, where name is written, at the dicky portion, the name is present. That is hybrid electric vehicle, mild hybrid, micro hybrid, the fully hybrid electric vehicle. So in India, we don't have the fully hybrid electric vehicle. The Ciaz is another vehicle which is in the hybrid mode. It was introduced 5 years ago. Ciaz. So the emerging fields are hybrid vehicle design, the computational design, the drivetrain design and analysis, the mathematical simulations, and thermal management system. So these are the 5 fields where one can focus. So electrical engineer can concentrate on any one of them, because after passing from engineering background, your work will introduce you. Your degree cannot, because there are many engineers who passed their degree in the electrical field, but now they are working in the IT sector. तो वो गलत नहीं है. But if you try to ask them about their pursuing knowledge, so they told us they may introduce themselves as a IT professional. They may introduce as a machine design engineer. They may introduce themselves as a vendor, as a shopkeeper, as a entrepreneur. So your work will define you. Your degree cannot. Degree may be one of the way so that you may gain the knowledge. Okay. Some of EV specializations are postgraduate certifications in the hybrid electric vehicle design and analysis, the master certification program in electric vehicle design and analysis, CFD engineer master certification program, then the introduction to advanced drive assistant system, that is ADAS, using MATLAB and Simulink. These things, then there are master courses. So these are the master courses which are written in the hybrid electric vehicle design. After that, the certification programs are there. Master certification programs are there. Individual certificate courses are of these kinds. MATLAB for mechanical engineer, computational combustion using Python and Cantera. Then Simulink for mechanical and electrical engineers. Then ANSYS is one of the very good design, those who want to set their career in the design field. So ANSYS is one of the very best tool. In the ANSYS, you may able to actually design the vehicle. Very good tool to be used. Those who are new in this particular field, you must learn about ANSYS. A very emerging and very good field. Then the plastic design for automotive application, because in the electric vehicle, the main problem is that if you want to improve the mileage, you must have to sacrifice with the material of a vehicle. No electric vehicle is designed with the steel parts. All electric vehicles are designed with I'm talking about the upper portion, the body of a vehicle. So this body of a vehicle is designed with the fiber. As because if you try to reduce the weight of an electric vehicle, so your mileage can be automatically improved, because you need to invest less energy to generate a particular torque, which will depend upon the vehicle load and the passengers load. Most of the electric vehicles, say first electric vehicle was introduced in India by Mahindra. The name of that vehicle is REVA, R-E-V-A, in the year 2002-2003. And in Nagpur, 2003 or 2004 is the year when I have seen that vehicle, known as Mahindra REVA. For me, it was new, but at that time, one of the person is there who was used that vehicle, known as Mahindra REVA. battery electric vehicle, fully battery. No conventional fuel is used. The certification courses you may able to search over there. Here, this is the link. If you search in the skill link, or even if you search this name skill link in the YouTube, you may find many things which I'm trying to talk about. Skill link. So all these courses are available with them, that is with the skill link. They train you properly, they guide you properly, they guide you in the certification courses, they guide you in the PG courses, even if they guide you in the job opportunities. Then there are many companies who are involved in the electric vehicle, but these companies can be divided into 5 major, or I may say main parts. So company can be categorized into part number 1, that is electric vehicle producing companies. The companies which will produce the electric vehicle as a whole, which I prefer to know as a market ready product. So this market ready product is being designed in this particular category known as part 1. Part 2 are the manufacturing companies who will manufacture only batteries. Say Exide, Amron. So these kind of batteries, this kind of companies which will manufacture the batteries, which can be easily installed into इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने स्प्लेंडर की बैटरी निकाली और इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल में डाल दी और आपकी इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल रन होना चालू हो गया. So this cannot be done. These batteries are specially designed for electric vehicle. The shape, the size, the ampere hour rating are different, very very different. These ratings cannot be directly matched with any other vehicle battery. Say the battery which is present in the Ola. See, we have the this kind of thing is available in Nagpur, known as Ola. Mahindra E2O is another vehicle. So this Mahindra E2O, they are using the lithium-ion batteries, right? Then the third category is the electric vehicle charging stations in India. So already we have the electric vehicle charging station. Also, because of energy crisis and because of this pandemic situation, many charging stations are installed but not available to use. The major problem with the use of electric vehicle is that in Indian roads we have lack of charging stations. If the charging station is installed every after 20 kilometers in any Indian roads, then you will find that automatically all the customers are happily convert from conventional fuel vehicle to the electric vehicle, because the advantage is that you may able to utilize the solar energy, and that solar energy you may able to utilize for the charging of your battery electric vehicle. So this is an advantageous task, but a proper study has to be done before investing a single rupee into this charging stations. But metros and the Indian Railways, both, they have already taken that initiatives, and many charging stations are installed in all the metro station and railway stations. Then number of companies which are involved into R&D sector, the purpose of them are they just want to do the R&D. They always trying to do the R&D so that how they may able to reduce the weight, how may they able to increase the mileage of an electric vehicle. Because I don't know how many of you are aware, but the owner of Tesla, they claim that in the near future, they may come up with the vehicle which may able to charge within the 10 minutes of time, and the mileage of the that particular vehicle is 3000 kilometers. One single charge. Right now, they have already manufactured the vehicle. If you charge that particular vehicle, it will last long up to 1000 kilometers for a single charge. If the SOC of a battery is 100%, so the SOC will lower down up to 20%, so that 80% of SOC you may utilize for the running of 1000 kilometers. This is nothing but an eureka. Next to impossible. But the owner of Tesla is very much confident that because of using of hybrid charging system, such as ultra capacitors or super capacitor along with battery, or they may able to utilize the flywheel also. So there are n number of charging techniques with the help of which they may able to enhance the mileage and they may able to reduce the charging time. So in few countries, already the 10 minutes charging are, these kind of charging stations are already installed and they are continuously using this kind of technology in their day-to-day life. Then the fifth category and the last category is raw material extracting companies. Because if you want to do R&D, if you want to manufacture, if you want to produce something, then there must be a raw material which is required. So fifth company, the category is raw material extracting company. The top 10 companies are Hero Electric, which is a part of Hero Group. We already aware about these kind of vehicles such as Optima, Nex, then the Flash, Photon, then the E series vehicles, that is ER series, A2 series and E5 series. Then the Tata Motors, which are of two categories. One is Nexon, another one is the Tigor, which is of Energy Efficiency Service Limited. This particular Tigor is provided by the Energy Efficiency Service Limited, which is next to Tata Motors. Tata Motors is one of the unit of Tata Motors, ESL. Then Ather Electric. This Ather Electric is a startup company, and this company was started by the two IITians, Ather 450 and Ather 340. I'm going to share you the exact details. This is Ather company is a startup. Then Mahindra, we have the Mahindra A2O, E Alpha, E Supro, then Trio, and the E Verito. These are the kinds of vehicles which are present which are already running on the Indian roads. Then Lohia Auto, mostly three-wheelers. I don't know how many of you are aware, but there is one electric vehicle known as Maxi. This kind of vehicle, three-wheelers are there, four passenger capacity, and there is one driver over there. Earlier, when it was introduced, driving license is not required, but nowadays, to drive this kind of electric scooters also, you require the driving license. Then 22 Motors is another company which have the tie-up with the Taiwanese electric two-wheeler manufacturers known as the KYMCO, that is Kwang Yang Motor Company. Then BYD Electra is another company. They claim that if there are 1,000 electric vehicles which will be sold throughout the world, then out of that, 100 electric vehicles are of BYD Electra. Mostly buses, they manufacture the buses. Then Hyundai Kona Electric is another battery electric vehicle, which is from Hyundai Electric. Then Ashok Leyland, mostly buses and the trucks are there. Then MG Motors, there are two variants, that is MG ZS and Hector SUV. So there are two variants from the MG. The 50 kilowatt DC charger is required, and it will charge up to in 1 hour. It may able to charge fully from 20% SOC to 100% SOC. Then there are companies which are listed below, which are in the category of two-wheelers, that is TVS Motor, Honda Motor Cycles and Scooters India. Then the Electrotherm, then Tunwal e-vehicles, then Lohia Two-Wheelers Private Limited, Ather Energy, 22 Okinawa, Menza, Sina, Ulikkal, then Torque is there. Torque is a two-wheeler. This particular two-wheeler was made by a Marathi, by one of the engineer, and he has a tie-up with the Tata Electric. There are three variants, but no variant is launched in India. 3 वेरिएंट है, लेकिन एक भी वेरिएंट इंडिया में लॉन्च नहीं किया गया. आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज एन इशू, बट लॉन्च नहीं है. Militex Sprero is another company. Volta Motors is there. Ajanta Manufacturing, Go Green, BOV. Then there are three-wheelers. So these are the companies which are of three-wheeler category. Then again electric cars. Maruti Suzuki, BMW, Toyota, Hyundai, then Tata, Honda cars, Volvo, Mean Metal Motors. These are the category of buses. Ashok Leyland, Goldstone and JBM. Then company that make multiple types of electric vehicle. Hero Electrics are there, which can be able to manufacture, or I must say, the produce two-wheelers, three-wheelers, and the four-wheelers. Mahindra is also there. Kinetic Green is also there. Lohia, Influx, the Ampere vehicles, the Shriram, Gayam, then Ultraviolet, then Speedways. A number of companies are there. Then these are the companies which will have the solution on the components, and they may provide you the support. So Amron, or you must say Amara Raja, Hyderabad based company. The Crompton Greaves, Exide, the Bale, Elcom International Private Limited, then Rotomag, Axiom, Ion Energy, Napino is there. The Gegadyne, Agatsya Automotive Private Limited, Denso India, a number of companies are there. EV support solution providers are TUV, then ABB India, Tata Power, Fortrum, then Natrip, ARCI, these kind of ACAT. So these are the companies which will provide you the solutions. So this is the website from where I have gathered this information. Startup companies are Okinawa, which was founded by the Jitendra Sharma and the Rupali Sharma in the year 2015. And this is 100% Indian make company. Bhiwandi, Rajasthan, जहाँ पे उसका यूनिट है. Then Revolt Intellicorp is there. मानेसर में इसका यूनिट है. राहुल शर्मा जो है माइक्रोमैक्स को फाउंडर, जिन्होंने ये कंपनी 2019 में इंट्रोड्यूस की. It has uniqueness, that is the bike has unique features like full LED lighting, Bluetooth connectivity and the digital display with real-time bike diagnosis. थोड़ी देर पहले मैं जिसकी बात कर रहा था, ये Revolt Intellicorp में प्रेजेंट है. Then battery electric is there. This company was introduced in the Maharashtra and Gujarat in June 2019. Then there is Atha Energy, Bangalore-based startup is there. It was founded in the year 2013 by Arun Mehta and the Swapnil Jain. These two are the graduates from IIT Madras, and they have launched two variants, that is Atha 340 and Atha 450. They have tie-up with the Hero MotoCorp, the Flipkart co-founder Sachin Bansal, two-wheelers manufacturer, then the Singapore-based Innovan Capital, and the American hedge fund and venture capital investor Tiger Global. Then Ratan Tata. So the Kapil Sherke was there. The Torque Motor was founded by Kapil Sherke and it was found in the year 2016, and it was claimed that it is the India's first electric motorcycle. They have tie-up with the Bhavin Agarwal from Ola and Ankit Bhati, which was co-founder of Ola and former chairman of Tata Sons, Ratan Tata. Then this is the list of companies who will claim that they are into the lithium-ion battery manufacturers business. So BHEL and ISRO are there. Exide Industries are there. Amara Raja Batteries, Hyderabad-based company. Then HBL Power System, Hyderabad again. The high energy batteries. Then the JSW Energy, Mumbai-based company from Sajjan Jindal. Then Eon Electric Limited from Haridwar. These are the list of companies who claim that they have deal with the powertrain components, electric vehicle powertrain. So Electra EV is there, Private Limited, Coimbatore. Then Ulti Green Propulsion Labs, Bangalore. Then Cell Propulsion, Bangalore. Then Varia Mobility 5.0. See here, you may find all the details regarding the company, when it was founded, who was the owner of this particular company. This particular company is manufacture which components, the details of this particular component, the website, the management, or who is the founder of this particular company. You have all the information present over here. The Campage Automation, Faridabad. Shakti Pumps, Dhar, Madhya Pradesh. The Intupal E-Mobility, Bangalore. The Varroc, Pune. The Exim EV Products, Hyderabad. The AMF Innovations, Coimbatore. The Tims Racks, Hyderabad. The Sterling Tech E-Mobility. Then Centercom India Limited, Pune. Then certificate courses providers. So there are, again, along with the skill link, there are few others who claim that they may able to provide you the certifications. So Autobot India Limited, the Device Electronics, the Decibel Labs, the DIY Guru. This particular DIY Guru is the website. You may able to search DIY Guru, where you may find that there is one certificate course. If you gain that particular certificate, then they claim that they will award you a certificate, which after gaining that certificate, you may call yourself as a electric vehicle trainer, certified trainer, electric vehicle certified trainer. So this electric vehicle certified trainer certifications is provided in this particular DIY Guru. Then Ready for Future, EMF Innovations, then Marker Max Inc., then EV Training by Ambika Global Education, then the manifold EV training and certification programs, then Tesla EV Academy. This is one of the academy from Pune. Don't follow the name, because नाम में कुछ जगह पे सब कुछ रखा है, लेकिन हर जगह पे नाम में सब कुछ नहीं रखा. So if you want to enroll, first check and then enroll. Don't just enroll yourself blindly. Okay, so there are a number of companies, the number of certification providers who will claim that they may be able to provide you the certifications. These are the companies: Prudent Consultants, the Academy of EV Technology. These are the websites to which you may be able to find all the details what I'm trying to talking about. So CAD Center is Nagpur-based company. CAD Center, the fourth one. Okay, and others are online. CAD Center is also online, but if you want to go offline, then you may find CAD Center. This one of the branches there in the Nagpur. So that this is end from my side. If you want to ask any question, you may be able to ask. Do you have any question related to the topic which I have present right now?
So the certification process, we can do it now, means during this pandemic? Or,
Yes, it is online.
Okay.
You may be able to register yourself, and then if you want to go for the electric vehicle, if you want to set up your career in the electric vehicle field, then you may register yourself for a particular course.
Okay, sir.
Right. The fees are high. Means if I'm talking about the DIY Guru, so in the last year the fees was 20,000 for a particular module in the DIY Guru, and that module is the Certified Electric Vehicle Trainer. This is the certification course. So you need to invest around 20,000 to gain that particular certificate. No matter their what they are trying to teach you, what they will teach you is excellent, different than what I'm trying to teach you, because आपने वहां पे पैसे दिए हैं ना. No matter कि आप यहाँ पे भी पैसे देके ही पढ़ रहे हैं, but वो environment अलग रहता है. Just similar to that कि आप स्कूल में भी पढ़ते ही हो और ट्यूशन में भी वही चीज पढ़ते हो, पर ट्यूशन में थोड़ा सीरियस हो जाता है मामला, क्योंकि ट्यूशन में आपको लगता है कि आप पैसे दे रहे हो, और स्कूल में आई डोंट नो व्हाई कि आपको लगता ही नहीं कि आप पैसे दे रहे हो. Just similar to that. I hope you have understand what I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो कॉलेज में आपने पैसे तो दिए हैं, बट आपको वो फील नहीं हो रहा है कि आपने पैसे दिए हैं. बट आप जब सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्सेज करोगे तो आपको फील होगा अंदर से कि आपने पैसे दिए हैं, आपको सीरियसली वो कोर्स करना है. तो स्टोरी यही है. इफ यू वांट टू सेट योर करियर इन द इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल फील्ड, देन यू मे एबल टू सर्च ओवर देयर. So this is, I'm going to share with you two links. This is one of the link, which is feedback form link. You need to give the feedback after the workshop. So workshop is already over now, and before filling this feedback, or maybe after filling this feedback, you may able to you must need to give this particular test. मैंने एक टेस्ट डिजाइन की है, वेरी शॉर्ट टेस्ट, 2 से 3 मिनट लगेंगे, ज्यादा बड़ी नहीं है. मैं एक टेस्ट लिंक आपके साथ शेयर कर रहा हूं, उस पर क्लिक करिए और प्लीज गिव द टेस्ट. If you have any question, please ask. I'm here. If you don't have, then okay. Kindly give the feedback.
So firstly give test and then feedback.
आपकी मर्जी, आप ऐसा देना चाहे तो दे सकते हैं.
Okay, sir.
This is test link. Don't leave the meet before you have these two tasks. First complete these two tasks and then leave the meet.